Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the MVM podcast. I believe we're on episode about 102-ish.
Yeah.
And we would like to thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. And we would also like to say a big thank you to
Pattern Pack Ammo.
patternpackammo.com.
Yeah, check them out, guys. Sponsor of the show. And they had an incredible idea to where you can go on their website and you can pick out whatever ammo you want, whatever brand, okay? Several brands. You can pick out as many as you want, as many as they have to offer, and they have a lot, trust me. You go in there and say, okay, I have a 12 gauge, and I want to see what pattern's best out of my gun. So you go on there and you start picking out, okay, I like 4-shot, I'm going to pick 4-shot, and I need 3-inch for my 12 gauge. You go in there and you can pick out Migra, Boss, Heavy Shot, Federal,
Black Cloud,
whatever you want. You can go in there and pick these out and say, okay, I want all these. You can pick as many or as few as you want. Or if you like a specific ammo, you can even do this. Here's another thought. You can go in there and pick out 2-shot, 3-shot, 4-shot, 5-shot, 6. You know, like you can go up the ladder of one certain brand if it's available. And you could say, okay, what do I like better on that too? Because maybe you want a fuller pattern. I like Bismuth 6-shot, actually, believe it or not. But when I'm shooting heavy metal, I like 4-shot. So you can mix it up. But guys, go on there, patternpackammo.com. You can put in the code MVM and you get 10% off.
10% off.
That's pretty good.
And minimum purchase of 5 shells?
Was it? Yes, it was 5, I believe.
Minimum of 5 shells.
Is that what he said?
So, yeah, I believe so. 5
okay,
shells.
that was right. And if you want to hear that episode and hear more details about it, you can go back and listen to that episode. I believe, I want to say that was 99 or was that 98? Let me look real quick. I don't want to lie to you guys here. That was 90. Oh, this thing's all messed up. Why is it doing that? You know what? I got this new phone, and it's got all the episodes all messed up. That's weird. It's showing like 3 episodes missing. What is your show, Taylin?
I'm looking at it right now. Let's see.
That is not good. I wonder if something happened. I wonder if that's just my phone glitching. Or maybe it's not downloaded yet. Like because it's a new phone, because I know it kind of saves it to your phone, doesn't it? Dude, there's
episode 98.
So it's showing on yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So 98, guys, go check it out. Apologize for that little delay in info. See that? It goes right from 95, 96, and then it jumps to 99.
Interesting.
That's weird. Anyways, I guess everything's good on that end. So go check them out. Today we're going to do a hunt review of Travis, Taylin, and who had that resi? So
the lucky one of our family, Taylin.
Again, she strikes again.
She drew a number 3 on opener, and then 2 weeks later, she drew a number 12 at a really good refuge that we've all hunted before.
Mm-hmm.
And funny because we were debating on whether or not to even really go. Then Tal said he was going to go. Then he said he wasn't.
Was you debating Town though, or was your dad debating? Because I know you hate driving.
He was debating.
I was debating.
Where'd you? Did you want around? Did you want? Okay, let me ask you this. I'm still blown away that you guys were debating this. This is what I don't understand. But let me ask you this. To be fair, were you just not wanting to go hunting, or were you wanting to hunt around here?
No. I was just tired. I wasn't going to go hunt.
You might not even went hunting.
No, I wasn't going to go in the morning. I was thinking more of maybe an afternoon. I don't even remember why now.
I know why you suckers were debating it. I know exactly why you guys were.
Well, I was debating, but here's the thing. I mean, yes, it was a drive, right? It's a time investment. But I wasn't even sure it was going to be any good. You know what I'm saying? Usually the 3rd week of the season, you're like, it could be good. It could be bad, whatever. But
I wasn't worried about if it was good or bad. I don't even remember. Did I just get back that week? I think I was tired.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and then I went with Connor and drove up to Vacaville and went and picked up a bow. And we didn't get back till 10:30.
That night?
Yeah.
So you didn't get much sleep?
No, wait. Here's the thing.
Oh, man.
So here's what happened to
That's what
Did Taylin
happened.
sleep?
No.
None of us slept.
Oh, well, no wonder. You guys are all in the same boat.
A good friend of mine calls me up and is like, hey, let's go coyote calling. We'll be gone for 2 hours.
I don't even feel sorry for you.
Nope, and so I'm like, 2 hours, okay. I'll be there at 5 something. And you know who you are. If you're watching
if you're
this
listening
or
or
watching
this.
And
You've seen him on the show before.
Yeah, it was about 6 o'clock before we finally rolled out of town. We went out there, and I think I got home at 10 something. It was almost 11. And
Can I ask you what was going through your mind when
I
you
have
did that?
no idea, dude. I have no idea.
You get
know
on
what
to me
I'm
for
saying?
going all the time.
How long have
yet,
you known Josh?
Since he was birthed.
And you knew that you will not be back quick.
I know.
So did you just...
But here's the thing, too.
Okay, no, I want to know the reasoning behind this.
Here's the thing. I was thinking, I had forgot about the time change, right? And I'm thinking, okay, we got plenty of time. I can leave about 2 o'clock in the morning, get there, and,
Is this what you were thinking about before you decided to go?
Yeah. I'll get 3 or 4 hours sleep. And then when we were leaving, I was like, oh, yeah, the time changed. So I got to be there at this time. I got to leave at this time. And so we got home, and I'm like, why go to sleep for 40 minutes? Might as well just load up all our stuff and leave. So we loaded up all of our stuff, and we headed out, and we got to there, and we sat in the car. I didn't sleep. And we got in. We got into the refuge because we had a reservation, number 12. And the averages there weren't really high on all the ponds. I mean, the highest one was like a
3.0.
3 point something bird average. And so I was kind of looking at all the options, how they shot over the past 3 weeks.
There was only about 3 or 4 options.
And there was only 3 or 4 options that were really good. And number 12, I'm like, we're not getting any of the options I was looking at. And lo and behold, when we got up there, there was two really good options. And one of them, I had hunted before with you guys. Another one I'd never hunted before. And so we decided on the one we never hunted before.
And it was a closer walk.
And it was a really close walk.
Yeah, we were tired and we were like,
it was a really close walk, yeah. And so...
kind of after we picked it, we were kind of like, we went with the other one because we all know what the other one was. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of like, I hope we didn't make the wrong decision.
Yeah, so we got out there. We actually had some difficulty finding the pond.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
well, just because of the location of it and how you had to exit the area to find it.
Well, you look on the map and you see the road goes this way and it looks like it goes up the road, makes a right-hand turn and goes to the trail. They don't show a road to the right. So we pack up all our stuff. We're walking down the road.
And I'm like, this can't be right.
And there's a sign right there. It says blind this way. And it says all the other blinds this way. And we're looking. I mean, he goes and walks over there, and we ain't seeing nothing. We're like, where in the world is this thing? So we start walking down the road, and we walked for probably 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're like, I don't think this is the way. So we turned around.
We
and
went back.
Yeah, we went back and looked, and there was a guy there, and we asked him, we're like, where in the world is this place? And he's like, oh, it's right there. What are you guys doing? So
we got out there, and...
was it windy at this time? Like in the dark?
No.
There was no wind?
It was calm.
And here's the thing. My sled has developed a hole in it. And so we had about...
I don't even know how many we had.
at least 2 dozen.
Yeah, easy.
Maybe a little bit more. And so Taylin carried those on his back. I carried his gun.
Oh, so you didn't even have a sled?
No, we
No.
went to float it, and it started like sinking like Titanic.
Yeah, it started sinking, and I tried to patch it, and so Taylin took the decoys across. We got into the area.
And I thought he has a 12-shot Tangle free bag. So I was like, oh, he just got a few decoys in here. And I picked that thing up. I was like, holy moly, what's he got in here? I don't even know how he fit it all in there. I mean,
here's the thing. When we went to put up decoys back in the bag, I couldn't get them all in there.
Yeah, I don't know how he did
and zip it up. But I had them all in there. We got out there, and so I got the decoys set up. And in the morning, there was some birds coming. We had birds landing in the decoys. We had birds flashing over the top of us. And we're like, okay, yeah, we got a good spot.
Millions of geese. I mean,
yeah. And then when shooting light came,
well, before that, about 15 minutes before that, I mean, birds were dumping into.
They were dumping all over
dumping
us.
into the refuge. I mean, just like we were sitting there. I mean, flying right over our heads, 5-6 yards.
You guys were pumped at this point. Like,
yeah, we're like, okay, we picked the right spot.
Yeah.
And actually, right before shoot time, about 3 or 4 minutes before.
Yeah,
they all departed.
But a lone Drake sprig landed in our spread, and so it was kind of funny. It
was awesome.
We did the whole duck commander thing. If it flies or if it sits, it still dies. And so literally, Taylin was on her phone with the countdown to shoot time, and as soon as it hit the magic number, I told Taylin, take him.
I unleashed.
And he unleashed the fury of heavy metal on the straight pintail, and so we had our first bird, and I'm like, yes. So we, at least we got one bird. You know?
Right.
And we're ahead of the game. And then
What happened? No, well, birds started coming in, and then
Yeah, they
a
started-
lot of pintails started swinging past me, and then I
But-
told you to switch spots.
yeah, but my first bird that I killed was actually a lovely
And
big-lipped
Shavala.
yeah,
that an
I
echo?
don't know why, but I mean, she was kind of by herself, and she looked lonely, and I didn't want her to spend her whole life lonely.
you didn't even
So-
know what it was.
Yeah, I did,
You knew what it was. You just didn't know if it was a drake or a hen.
but it didn't matter at that point.
No, it was
Because
to kill.
I decided she could come home with me, and so I took her
Yeah,
out.
and you made a vow.
Yeah,
And my vow at the beginning of the
And
season
in
was
fact,
I
I
wasn't going
think
to
you
shoot
might
a
have
single
did it
one.
on this
Yeah.
podcast. Maybe I'm not sure if you
I don't
said
know,
it on
but
here
I
or
vowed
not.
I would never. I wouldn't shoot one the whole year, and I actually
You know
did.
what?
He vowed that 5 minutes before shooting time too. He said, "I ain't."
Did he really?
Yeah, he said, "I ain't
Oh, my
shooting a
goodness.
hinge."
But I
He goes,
did.
"No
Hey.
hinge today. I ain't shooting a hinge,
If
especially a hinge
it's slow,
shovel."
let the steel flow. That's what I gotta say.
Well, okay, so I
You didn't
that's a
give it
good
a
one.
chance.
No, he didn't.
5 minutes into the shooting light, you shot a hinge shoveler. Come on,
I wanted to get on the board. Okay, so I got that bird.
dude. You sound like Elliot. Elliot's like, what he said. He did the same thing. He was like on his video. He was like, I'm not shooting. Oh, what'd he say? He was something he was not gonna shoot. I harassed him on the video because he was like, oh, I am. Oh, I know what it was. I'm holding out for all green. Next scene clicks over. He's all blah and shoots his hinge shoveler. I think, or I don't know if it was a hinge shoveler or just a hen and something. And I said, you cracked me up. And I was laughing so hard because we all know the feeling. You could talk whatever you want to talk, but
Yeah.
if things are slow,
Oh,
your
man.
whole thinking
It's
process
like,
changes.
Yep.
I take that back. I don't think it was a hinge shoveler. What was it? It was a hen of something. He might not even shot a hen. I don't remember. It's just the fact that it didn't take very long before he was like getting concerned. Like, if I don't shoot nothing, I'm
It
taking
couldn't
whatever.
happen,
It's
yeah.
just funny, the struggle. We all have been there, all duck hunters.
So yeah, and then it was a good day. I ended up shooting 5 birds and
Well, you're cutting the story. Keep going. So you shot the
Well,
shoveler.
I shot the shoveler, and then I think the next bird that I got was a Drake pintail. Me and Taylin had switched spots, and a nice Drake pintail came over perfectly, and I wadded him up.
This first shot just folded him like
Yeah.
a web. That feels so good, does it not?
And then we were sitting there, and we had two ringers come over, and I mean these jokers were humming, and they were
60, 70 miles an hour, flat out just
they,
hooking
they,
it.
they were going mock.
Well, I'll tell you this. Who was I driving with when we clocked a buffalo hen? It was Colton. When we were driving way up north, we were driving down this canal bank, and there was buffies going by us.
Uh-huh.
I sped up, dude, and I clocked him at 42.
42.
That's
So
crazy.
think about the lead you got to put on them jokers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, these ringers, they came over, and I mean, they were hooking it. And I just glanced up, and I caught them out of the corner of my eye. And it was basically like quail shooting, like a snapshot. I snapshot this thing and crushed the drake. And so,
He flew a long ways before
mean,
he hit the water too.
I mean,
you folded him up.
Well, I folded them, but just his
momentum.
momentum
Yeah.
carried him. Like, boom. Went away.
Nathaniel did that the other, what was our last hunt day? Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
Dude, it wasn't that far when he shot him, but it was going so fast the other way.
Yeah.
It was 100 yards away when I went and picked
This
him.
one
He was
went out
stone
there a
dead.
ways. He was stone cold dead, too.
Yeah.
Didn't go anywhere. So I got that one. And then,
Then we had Taylin move to the front of the blind because
yeah.
So she get more action.
so she could start shooting because we had the pintails kept scooting in the front.
Mm.
And
well,
I
then
mean,
the Gaddie started coming.
yeah, but
and
when she killed her pintail though, I mean, remember he came up high. He was coming in high, and then I mean he
dropped in
He
like
dropped
a rock.
like a
but that,
rock.
But that was more when the sun was up and stuff. I think the Gaddie really
she killed her
started coming before that, didn't they?
Did they?
I think the Gaddie started
I
coming.
think we had a couple flocks come in. Yeah,
Yeah, because I think she killed her pintail a little bit later in the hunt.
yeah, because she killed her Drake Gaddie first on that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Gaddie were really working well. We had a mixture of pintails. I had a couple shovelers out there. I had some teal, and then I had some motion.
Mm-hmm.
The battleship. swimmer and my pulsator, and that seemed to really do a good job of attracting birds. And the pintails she shot, this thing locked up and just came down. I mean, he was probably 10 yards off the water coming right at her. Well, there was some obstruction in the way for her, so she couldn't see him. I'm like, shoot it. I mean, it was literally like 10 yards away from her and like 5 yards above the water, and she couldn't get her gun up on it because
she was
all the stuff was in the way. It was too close.
Too close to the edge of the blind. And then when he was she seen him when he was dropping in, and then I was like, Taylin, shoot him. She's like, I can't see him, and she tried to pull up, and her gun got caught up in that brush actually.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, he was flying away, like getting out of there.
Yeah, he kind of came down like he was gonna land, and then he banked and he started heading out, and I'm like, that bird's gone. And
yeah, I was like, it's over, and all of a sudden just
she drops
folded him like
she's been shooting really good.
She's been shooting awesome.
Yeah, and so
much better than both of us.
So we did that. Taylin got a Drake widgeon. That was about the only widgeon we seen.
That was the only one we seen the whole day.
Yeah. Got a Drake widgeon.
And we actually had them come in, and then some guys shot. Remember they bugged out?
Yeah.
And then we were sitting there, killed a couple.
Never fails.
Nope, killed a couple more birds, and then he's like, those widgeons are coming back. So we sat there and called, and I mean, made a couple passes, and then, I mean, they came right in the front, just locked up, dropping in. I mean, he goes, get them, and we should have killed both of them, but pulled up. I think Taylin shot first, boom, she missed, and then I ended up hitting him on the second shot.
Yeah. But the thing about Taylin missing that shot, Taylin, like Taylin said, she's been the one that's been on fire this season. As far as her shooting, I think me and Taylin probably shot a box apiece, and we got 5 birds apiece.
Yep.
And Taylin shot 15 shells and killed 7 birds.
You guys stink.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I know. I've
had some bad days.
I had a rough day.
I did.
That's exceptional.
This is my excuse. I did shoot some.
You said she shot a limit?
Yeah, she shot 7 birds. Yeah.
I think there was a couple birds that well, the pintail, I shot that thing twice more after, because she knocked it down. And I shot at it twice more, so I'm making that excuse for I did shoot a couple extra shells at those birds.
Got to grasp at anything.
Yeah, I had to grasp it at straws. But, yeah, it was a good day. I ended up with a hen spoonie, a Drake ringer, a Drake pintail, and 2 Drake gadwalls. What'd you end up with?
I ended up with, so I killed my Drake pintail first, 3 Drake gadwall, and then Drake shoveler, and that Drake widgeon.
So how many is that?
It's 5.
5?
Yep, I ended up with 5.
And then Taylin, she ended up with, she shot a Drake pintail. She shot 2 Drake shovelers, right?
2 Drake shovelers, and then, I mean, the Gaddies, when they were coming in, she was like zoned in on those.
She hammered
She
them.
didn't even give us a chance. Like, she was like, I mean, as soon as they got in, we said take them. It was just, and Drake would drop, and we were just like, oh man.
Yeah, and so she shot 4 Drake gadwalls, right?
Yeah, 4
Holy
Drake
cow,
gadwalls.
man.
Yeah, so she lit it up. And actually, Taylin and I,
She outshot me.
She's dialed.
I ain't afraid to admit it. She outshot me big time. I mean,
Yeah.
I was pulling up. I finally got a little greedy, actually. Like, I was getting sick and tired because she was killing them. I couldn't do nothing about it. And
he was saying he would pull up on one bird and go to shoot it, and it'd fall, and then he'd swing to the next one. And then,
so then I started shooting about 5 seconds earlier than I should have, and I was still missing. And I mean, she was just like, I mean, Dad and Tay were just cleaning up, and I was like, oh my! I shot a box in 15.
You did?
And 15?
And 15.
You're serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bad day.
I shot a box.
You've been guiding too much. You need to get out
I
there
haven't
and
been
hunt
able
more.
to pull a trigger in 3 months, so I mean, yeah.
I think I shot a box in 1.
And I can't see. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Yeah, because you
blind.
broke
I'm
your
blind.
glasses.
Yeah.
He's always missing his glasses.
I can't find my
Or his
glasses, so I
contacts.
can't see.
We've heard that excuse for years.
I don't know how to put the proper lead on when I can't. Nothing's clear. It's just all hazy. So
You do shoot better with your glasses or your contacts, whatever. But
Yeah.
that excuse is getting worn out. Just low. Yeah.
So I think I did at least shoot a box, but while we were gone on the walk of shame, I think she killed a bird. She killed
the Drake shoveler. She
killed
had
the
some
Drake
widgeon
shoveler.
coming.
Yeah.
She said and she should have shot, but she was just a little on the edge. And then she said that shoveler just dropped in. So that also proves you don't need a call.
But
Well, I was gonna ask you. Go ahead.
no, I thought it turned out to be a really good day with an average of 3, and then we we killed 17.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what you some because at the end of these hunt reviews, I always go over what you could have did better. But honestly, I think you answered that already with shooting.
Yeah. So here's one thing that I will I could have shot better. But here's one thing that I did notice is as the day progressed, the birds, they were coming in high, and then they would drop down to come into our spread, but they would get about 50 yards out, and then they would just bank hard right. They just kept banking hard right, and I'm like, we need to move the decoys, which I'm famous for. And Tal's like, no, we only need 5 more birds. I'm like, no, we need to move the decoys.
But I also said after that we need to move them because he already moved. I mean, first thing in the morning, throw out decoys.
Like 4 times.
He moved them 6 times.
6 times
Before shoot
time.
He moved them 6 times.
I wanted it to look nice.
He threw them out, and I was like, oh man, that's a good spread.
Thinking in that, do you just step back and look at it and just don't like something, so you go back out there?
Yeah, just little tweaks, mods, whatever.
I get that, but 6 times.
Yeah,
once or twice.
Yeah,
not 6.
But
I counted.
anyways,
that's crazy.
So
I didn't even walk out to help him.
Oh no, we never do.
I didn't get one bit of assistance.
He don't want you to help him anyways. He
No.
doesn't want your help.
I got
you don't know
help.
what you're doing, Talon.
I got help
I don't know what I'm
loading
doing.
them up. I got help loading them up. That was the only time I got help. Setting them out, I'm trying to take really good care of my decoys, so I literally didn't throw. I threw a couple of teal, but although I hand dropped them.
I'm the same way, kind of.
Yeah, and so basically what I did is I took the birds and I moved them back about 40 yards probably.
Yeah, we scooted them to the right of us. So
they were to the right the whole time. There was some in front of us. I scooted back
where the birds were coming in from. So they were coming on from, say, our left side. He scooted them further to the right. So therefore, when they were coming in, the decoys were further away from them. So
and I scooted them back about 40 yards
closer to you guys.
I scooted them so they were
behind you.
They were kind of like to the right of us, straight across, somewhere in front. So I took all those and I moved them back behind us, probably about 15 to 20 yards behind us. So transitioned the whole spread probably about 40 yards. And man, that did the trick. The birds they'd come, and when they started to bank,
it was right in front of us.
It was right on top of us.
So don't be afraid to move the decoys, is what you're saying.
No,
never be afraid to make adjustments.
Travis is never
because it definitely helped us. For sure.
It's like long range shooting. You gotta get just
dialed in,
right, perfect. Yeah.
No, but obviously, I mean, it does. It absolutely matters. Or if they're flaring out and moving the decoys, it's like, okay, are they seeing us?
I think what it is, they at some point in time they realize that, hey, those birds aren't real. You know what I'm saying? But they got to get within a certain range before they say, oh, those aren't real. You know what I'm saying? And so if I can move my decoys back and they're right on top of me when they realize, hey, we should probably bug out, then it's too late.
Too late. Yeah. Anything else to learn you could take away from that you
we started
test your sled out. If you have a hole, you do a repair. Test it out before you take it out to the pond. It can save you from sinking all your stuff in the bottom.
Is that the first time you took your sled out this year?
No, it was the second time. The first time I found out I had a hole, then I tried to repair it.
Oh, you did?
I repaired it. The repair came off, sunk my stuff in the water. Everything got wet. Then I came home and I tried another thing to repair it, and I didn't test it. And when we got to the pond, I realized it was still leaking. So I'm like, well, that ain't gonna work. So we carried the decoys out there. So I have fixed it again, and I will be testing it before I load it up and try to take it out into the pond.
Yeah, because those sleds, over time, you drag them on the ground enough and not on a cart.
It's gonna wear through them.
Oh, it wears right through. Yeah. I learned that with my kayak. That's why I flipped that one, because we would always drag it. It was heavy.
Yeah.
And finally, it just burned a hole right through it.
Yeah. And plastic got hot from friction.
Yep. So, all right, cool. Anything else you guys can give for us to kind of put in the old memory bank for lessons learned?
Use the shadows, because remember we were standing there and sun popped out, and I mean we were shining bright.
We were and I would tell Talon, hey, you're shining. And he's like, well, so are you. And so
then we tucked in.
Yeah, so we kind of try to get into the edge of the blind and utilize the shadows for to reduce glare. Because I don't care. People think, oh, they're just ducks. They're not smart, but they're wild. And
anybody that hunts ducks knows that.
Yeah, you have to use everything you can to reduce your visibility to them. I think to maximize your opportunities.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, well, guys, appreciate you guys coming over and giving us a recap of that. It was good to hear some of the details and lessons learned. Thank you guys for listening to this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.